Today's video is about how to assume the feeling, how to live in the end and manifest everything you want. I'm also going to share with you my story, how I was able to manifest everything by living in the end, and what does it even mean to live in the end. So let's dive deeper. So if you are like me, you want to manifest multidimensional abundance. And the first thing to understand is that what you perceive around you is illusion. 3D is illusion. 3D doesn't matter. So my tip number one, how you can actually live in the end, is to ignore what is. Ignore what is around you. Ignore the circumstances. Yes, I am telling you to become delusional. In other words, I am telling you to actually tap into that 4D or 5D, as Dr. Joe Dispenza says, and imagine the life you want to see and the one you want to live and experience in your physical reality. And I want you to go there as much as you can. So even if it looks like you are a crazy dreamer, yes, that's what I want for you to do. Because the way I was able to manifest my wildest dreams, my life right now, as someone who came from foreign country to United States with just $700, not speaking English, and I was able to build successful law firm and wealth and abundance and manifest beautiful marriage and my daughter. And the reason I was able to do it, it was because I was constantly ignoring what is. I was living in my bubble. I was living in my illusion, if you will. And because I was living there and I did not pay attention to circumstances, I was able to collapse the timeline and quantum leap. So the key for you to actually experience that beautiful life that you dream about is to ignore what is. The real world is the world of energy, the world that you don't see, the world that you don't perceive, but we can feel it, we can sense that. And that's the world of fifth dimension, because that is the world where the field dictates what you actually experience in 3D physical reality. What is in your field will actually dictate what you experience in physical 3D reality. And so what I want you to do is to tap more into this invisible field, tap into this beautiful imagination that you have, and exercise it. And the more you tune in and the more you tap into that frequency, by the way, you tap into that frequency by the way it feels. That's how you know you're tapping into the frequency. So if you're someone who don't care about manifesting big house, $1 million house, doesn't matter, like you're not going to feel it. Therefore, it's so important to pay attention to your heart, what you really feel, because every single desire you have that is actually connected to your heart is going to guide you where you really belong. It's going to guide you to your dream. Your dream is parallel reality available right now, and you can access that parallel reality with this frequency, through the frequency, which is the feeling. The feeling in your heart when you are actually tuning into this new reality through your imagination, that is exactly how you're accessing this frequency. And so I want you to go there as much as you can. And don't make it a big deal, because sometimes people make it a big deal. They say, okay, I have to visualize, I have to affirm, I have to journal, but it feels heavy. Well, if it feels heavy for you, don't do it. Do things that you are aligned with. If you feel like you don't like to journal, don't journal. If you feel like you don't like to visualize, don't visualize. Choose something that is going to help you to access that frequency based on the resonance. So choose something you resonate with. If you resonate with imagining the scene, playing the scene, use that. If you prefer hearing your own voice and affirming new reality, do that. If you just like to meditate, do that. If you just like to go for a walk or take a shower and you're getting downloads because you are connecting to the higher dimension, do that. Do only things that you resonate with. Don't force yourself. I don't believe that forcing is going to create that vibration, because it's very much natural to feel that frequency. Because when you connect to your heart and you tune into that frequency of your choice, it's very easy. This is how we are wired. Little children, they are constantly using imagination because they know how to tap there. So I want you to allow yourself to tap into this imagination, into this beautiful frequency that you want to manifest. Number two, the way we live in the end is by understanding that to live in the end is to assume that reality of your choice, of your dream, as it is already here. Now, some people have difficulty to accept it. And that's why it's called the law of assumption. Because to assume it's already here means you don't question it. Means if it's already here, why would you need to affirm 100 times a day? You can only affirm, or you need to only affirm something that you don't believe it's here. The moment you actually assume it as it's already here, you no longer need to affirm it. So this is up to you. It's your choice. Am I going to make it difficult, or am I just going to accept it like that? It's a choice. And so for me, for example, in my personal life, when I was manifesting husband, there was a time in my life when I just assumed that's it. It came after years of being single. I collapsed the time because I decided that's it. I'm no longer available to manifest only unavailable men, and I'm opening up to only the one. Literally, I was calling in the husband. Same thing would happen with my work. There was a time when I realized I no longer like to serve these kind of people because I had experience, and that experience taught me this is not the ideal client. I don't want to serve people. And I started to say no. I became the picky one. But because I set the boundaries, even in my business, that actually created completely different manifestation in physical reality. I was able to attract and manifest the most ideal clients. The clients who pay on time, the clients who willingly pay premium, the clients that I have fun with, and the clients that I was able to create the best transformation ever. So this can only happen when I internally assume this is my new reality. And this is so connected to your self-worth, and that receiving that you have within you, the ability to receive that beautiful life of yours. That ability to receive that life, it is connected to assuming that new reality, like it's already here, because it's normal. Like I'm not actually putting it on pedestal. I'm taking it down from pedestal. I assume this is mine, but I can only assume something that I believe is normal. The moment you feel any kind of fear, you will sabotage it. And therefore, this receiving, which is feminine energy, is so connected to regulation of your nervous system. What is your nervous system capable of holding? Can you hold wealth, abundance, love, freedom, all of it? Because oftentimes, the reason we are not manifesting it because we literally self-sabotage. And why we do that? Because we are afraid deep down. We are afraid that if we open up to next level of wealth and abundance, people will judge you, people will hate you, people will gossip, people will fill in the blank, including these subconscious fears that to live that abundant life would require some sort of sacrifice, right? Or pain. Same goes with love. If you feel that it's dangerous in some way to open up your heart because you think that you might still be hurt by the other person or taken advantage of, you won't open your heart. So it's all about regulation of your nervous system that needs to feel safe. You need to feel safe to be able to hold this level of abundance, this level of wealth, power, and then you can actually safely start receiving. And if you want to dig deeper into this, I highly recommend my upcoming masterclass called The Art of Receiving, because we're going to dive deeper into how you can open up to this beautiful multidimensional abundance, how you can hold it, and so then you can manifest it effortlessly and with ease. You can sign up. There is going to be a link in description, and I'll see you in my next video.